On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamie Cottenham, file number 24-00899. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee appearing on behalf of Jamie Cottenham.
Okay, today's the date and the time that's scheduled for a jury trial. Are the witnesses here?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Are the witnesses here?
They are here, Your Honor. And it's my understanding that as of about 5 seconds ago, the defendant will be accepting a resolution in this matter.
We have a policy. Mr. Lee's well aware of it. You ready to call in witnesses?
Yeah.
Because we've had final pretrial in here. Let's see, May 21st. Then we came back June 17th. Why wasn't offer extended after this?
Well, you would have to ask the prosecutor, Your Honor, but in my discussions with Ms. Cisneros this morning, there was an offer made that was different than offers we had previously received, and Ms. Cottenham thought different of this offer.
So we have a longstanding policy in this courtroom that after final pretrial, there's no negotiations. We also have a court policy now that we have a confirmation the Friday before for trials for a reason.
I understand that, Your Honor, and I apologize. While I'm certainly understanding and respecting the court, and I do realize that that's something that was not at the forefront of my brain. I was notified that I was covering Your Honor's docket yesterday at noon with very little preparation. By no means is that an excuse, but I just wanted to explain to the court why.
Understandably so. What is the offer?
The offer would be to plead guilty to an amended count of disorderly jostling. And that is 7501671L. That is a max penalty of 90 days and or $500. In exchange, if people would dismiss any remaining counts, and there would also be a kill-a-brew agreement for no upfront jail. And I don't believe we just now talked about this, but I believe prior to there had been restitution that was being requested. I believe the parties would need some sort of restitution hearing if the court were in a position to allow it.
Since your client completed her advice of rights.
I have spoke with her about it, Your Honor, and advised her that she would have to complete 1 week, like as the prosecutor was explaining. We just had this discussion as the complaint.
Drop the record so that she can review her advice of rights. Thank you. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jack Wallace, file number 21-01061, council appearance.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Trent Nickel on behalf of Mr. Wallace.
Okay, today is the date that was scheduled for a jury trial. Looks like the necessary witnesses have failed to appear. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, Your Honor. The court has, or the people have submitted a nollie to the court.
So the case will be dismissed without prejudice. The people are objecting to destruction of arrest records and fingerprints. Advise your client of that already.
Not.
Okay. Do you have any questions, sir? Okay, so the dismissals without prejudice, they do have the right to reissue the charge against you within the statutory time frame. Okay? We'll get you a copy of the dismissal in just a moment. Any additional matters for the record?
None from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
None from the transfer. Thank you.
You're all set. Assuming that Mr. Lee is on the other matters.
Thank you.
On the record of the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Cheyenne Armstrong, file number 24-01376, council appearance.
Cheryl, on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joseph Yang on behalf of Ms. Armstrong, who is present to my right.
How are you, Mr. Armstrong and Mr. Yang? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good morning, Your Honor.
I said, how are you, Mr. Yang?
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mrs. Smith, I don't know if I asked you, how were you? How are you?
I'm okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
That sounds good. Okay, today's the date and time that's scheduled for a final pre-trial. I do have, or actually it's scheduled for, I'm sure it was a final pre-trial.
Yes, that's
Okay, and so we have here a plea sheet. The people are offering for you to plead guilty to count 2, which is retail fraud, 2nd degree. They'll dismiss count 1, no objection to HIDA. And there's no restitution at this time, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and your client wishes to accept that offer.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Is that correct, ma'am? Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, I do have an advice of rights and plea information sheet here. It's 2 pages. You wrote your name here. Is that correct? You read these rights?
Yes.
You understand these rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about these rights?
No.
And are you willing to give up these rights in order to accept the offer and plead guilty to count 2? Okay, you understand that you have the right to the presumption of innocence, so that means that you are innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution prove your guilt at a jury trial if to prove each element of the charge is being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. And you have the right to remain silent at your trial, not have silence be used against you. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses the prosecution calls to testify against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses to trial, represent evidence that you believe show defense to the charges being brought against you. You can waive your silence to trial, at trial, and testify on your own behalf. You can also present evidence that you believe show defense to these charges. All rights that you wish to give up today? Anyone threatening you to get you to do that? Has anybody made any promises to induce you into giving up your rights and pleading guilty? Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer, or you may need to put this conviction on a future job application. Conviction of this kind also could have impact on travel or immigration status. So you may want to travel out the country for vacation and you could be denied for the conviction. You understand that? So, and let's see. Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty? As to count 2, retail fraud, 2nd degree, how do you plead? Actual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Armstrong, I want to take you back to on or about May 5th of 2024. at the address of 6200 South Pennsylvania Avenue, City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan. Is that commonly known as a Meijer? And were you inside that Meijer that day? And did you take some items that didn't belong to you?
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, you paid for some items, correct? And there were some items that you did not pay for. And you intended.
I need those yeses to be strong. I don't know what she's saying.
Thank you. I can start over, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. At that address, it was a Meijer, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And when you went to check out, what did you do? Okay. And if I told you that those things were valued between $200 and $1,000, would you have any reason to say that's not correct?
No.
Okay. As a matter of fact, there was some clothing items, some food items, and some toys. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And if Meijer says the value was approximately $512, that seems correct?
Yeah.
And you intended to keep those items for yourself, is that correct? Further,
Any questions from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
The court satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Finding your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The matter is scheduled for sentencing August 20th at 9 o'clock in the morning. When you leave here, you need to go down to the 5th floor. Checking with probation so that they can get you scheduled for a pre-sentence interview, okay? I'll also advise the court as to your status for HYTA, for your eligibility for such. You may appear for sentencing via Zoom on that date, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
nothing for the defense, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Lee,
Ms. Armstrong.
behind this computer now. Okay, back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamie Cottenham. Mr. Lee, you have the paperwork. Yes. Okay, and Ms. Cottenham, you wanted to plead guilty to the amended charge of disorderly jostling, correct?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Have an advice of rights of the information sheet. And this is your signature, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
You read these documents.
Yes, it is.
You understand each right listed here.
Yes.
And you're willing to give up all of those rights today in order to accept the offer and plead guilty
Yes.
to a disorderly jostling?
Yes.
Okay, you understand your right to the presumption of innocence, correct?
Yes.
You have the right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes. I understand.
You have the right to remain silent, not have silence be used against you at your trial.
Yes.
You have the right to waive your silence and testify on your own behalf, and you can subpoena witnesses to testify for you at trial. You also have the right to present evidence at trial that you believe show defense to the charges being brought against you. You have the right to see your question in court, any of the witnesses that are called to testify against you. You want to give up all of those rights?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Any promises being made in exchange for you accepting this offer?
No.
And you're not on probation or parole, correct?
No, I'm only on a PR bond through this work.
You understand that a guilty plea may be a result, or may result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current or future job.
Yes.
You also may have an impact to any travel immigration status that you may be seeking if you plead guilty to the disorderly jostling.
Yes.
As to the amended count, disorderly jostling, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cottenham, on or about March 29th, 2024, were you at 3017 Forest Road, apartment 102?
Yes.
And that's in the city of Lansing,
Yes.
the county of Ingham?
Yes.
And at that time, you were fighting with Justin Sykes. You guys were having verbal altercation. Yes. And that altercation got loud and resulted in things being thrown on the floor and such. Is that accurate?
Yes.
As a result, the police were called and came out to get her.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
The court satisfied with the factual basis of the plea and find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. So witness here,
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Sykes.
any objection to immediate sentencing?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to refer the matter to probation, but ultimately, no, I think as long as Mr. Sykes can have a moment to address the court with the court's understanding that it's my understanding, again, having just prepped the file yesterday evening, that there is still some restitution that's being sought. So I would still ask that.
You want a restitution hearing?
Yes.
So we'll set up the sentencing and restitution.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It should be recorded. Yes. Okay, August 20th at 9. August 20th at 9. Do you have any questions today, ma'am? You leave here, you'll go down one floor to probation, you'll check in so they can get you set up for a pre-sentence interview, okay?
What was that for again, ma'am?
The 5th floor,
Thank you.
one floor down, but you'll wait for my court officer, she'll take you down because you need the file, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you.
You're all set, ma'am. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Alexia Alanis, file number 23-03751, council appearance.
Elena Cisneros, on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Alexia Elenas.
Present.
Not present, Your Honor.
Have you had contact with her?
I have not had contact with her. I have had contact with her grandmother and her mother. They were both, of course, extremely worried and concerned about her, but she does occasionally make contact with them, especially her grandmother. So I can tell the court that she is alive.
So I'll let you eventually.
Okay.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus James Darrell Hogan, file number 24-01089, council appearance.
Elena Cisneros, on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Hogan.
Today's the date set for a final pre-trial. This matter is set for jury trial July 23rd. Will continue to trial.
Your Honor, there has been an offer relayed in this matter. The docket prosecutor indicated that she has had contact with the victim. However, I do not see the victim here today. Understanding the court's policies, the people would place it on the record that the necessary witnesses are not here today.
Counsel, how do you want to proceed?
Defense request dismissal at this time.
Dismissal without prejudice is granted. The people do have the right to reissue the charge against you. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll get you a copy of your dismissal in just a moment. Any additional matters for today's record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, Your Honor.
Set, sir. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Lydia Mears, file number 24-00996. Counsel appearance.
Elena Cisneros, on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Mears.
Date set for final pre-trial, Ms. Mears, on assault and battery. There was an offer for a guilty plea to DV with no objection to sentencing under 769.4A. Our witnesses here.
Witnesses are here, Your Honor, and it was an updated offer. A second offer relayed to defense today. I don't know if that will be accepted.
What was the new offer?
The updated offer was to plead to a disorderly jostling. Of course, there would be no special status with regard to resident.
Your Honor, at this time, well, my client is not accepting that offer. Asking this matter to be.
Both offers expire today. The matter will continue to trial, scheduled for trial July 9th. I don't know if I said that date accurately before. July 9th at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, ma'am? Any additional matters for today's record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Roberto Salinas, phone number 24-00780. Appearance.
Oh, wait, Mrs. Snell, on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Salinas.
There was a date that was scheduled for a final pre-trial, and then there's a PA 53 contempt. How will we proceed?
Your Honor, as it relates to the final pretrial, the victim in that matter was subpoenaed. I have not seen her as I last checked the hallways at 8:35 this morning. People are unable to proceed with respect to her role in the case. However, with respect to the PA 53, I do have an officer here on that case. I understand that if we're unable to proceed on the underlying case, that may change.
How do you proceed?
Oh, to be clear, from the defense, we would be requesting dismissal at this time. Understanding that that would be without prejudice.
You have another matter for me?
So yeah, the defense is not aware of any other pending cases at this time.
He did have another case in a different court, I believe, the 55th District Court.
Yeah, I'm just looking at one of the bond violations. States that in 414, he violated the conditions of do not commit any crime while released.
He did have a case
Okay,
that was charged and subsequently dismissed, I believe, in the 55th District Court
That's my understanding as well.
with the same party.
motion to dismiss is granted without prejudice. The people have the right to reissue the charge against you. Okay, sir?
Yes.
Dismiss the bond violations as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
We'll get you, you have a seat, sir. We'll get you a copy of the dismissal.
Okay.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Baumeister, file number 24-00210.
Plaintiff Snell, on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Brandon Goldmeister.
And I see Mr. Baumeister is present via Zoom. Let's see. The last update that we have as it relates to forensics is that he's scheduled for Thursday, 9 a.m. for an evaluation, correct?
That's the most recent update that the people are aware of now.
Yeah, we got this email this morning.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see it yet. That's fantastic news.
July 25th. July 25th, did I say June? July 25th. We got it on June 25th. So we'll have this matter reset minimum 30 days after July 25th so that they have time to issue a report. August 27th. August 27th at 10. Does Mr. Baumeister have a question for the court today?
You have a question for the court, Brandon? You do.
Wait, I do?
You just wanted to let them know that you have a change of address, right?
Oh, yeah. I do have a change of address.
What's your address?
Oh, that I don't remember. I'm still getting used to this house, so I don't remember the address yet.
So Brandon, I'm sorry, I'm Brandon's case manager from Easter Seals, Miranda LePan. Brandon recently, like 2 months ago, moved to a new placement outside of Lansing. So he's in an AFC home in Southfield, Michigan with a new company and no longer resides with the individual in question.
Okay, Southfield. Michigan, what is the address?
And I will look it up if you want.
Yeah.
If you give me
Yeah,
1
sure.
second, I apologize. I don't have it.
The address is 22201 Brookside.
That's correct.
BRKESIDE.
Thank you. Okay, we'll note that here in the file. And then he'll participate in his forensic evaluation on July 25th. I also see Mr. Baumeister's appearance or present via Zoom as well. Did they have any questions for the court?
I just wanted to make sure, I think the spelling of the address was incorrect. I just want to make sure that it's correct. It's Brookside, BROOKSIDE. It was hard to hear.
Oh, no.
Okay, yep, yeah, no E, got it, thank you.
For future mailings, we're actually in the process of moving as well, so I don't know, because we are his parents and we get all of the paperwork and we assist with his needs. I don't know if you need to update our address as well, if that matters.
Okay, yes, if you can give us an updated address.
It is 2121 Debate, DABATE Drive, Howell, Michigan, 48843.
Okay, that will be noted in our file, and then we still have a cell phone number or a telephone number for Dad, area code 313, that's still accurate?
Correct.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set for today.
Did his address change?
So change it to the parents' address or the, no, we'll keep it at the website. Like, we'll just note this stuff in there, because the mom stuff, I think that was in the file as well. You're all set for today, Mr. Baumeister. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kevin McKenna, file number 24-01386, counsel appearance.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
I think we have some knowledge or some dismissals for those two.
You really have Mr. McKenna?
Today's the date and the time are set for a pre-trial for blood alcohol content over 0.17. What are you, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, an offer was conveyed yesterday. That offer is for the defendant to plead guilty to a straight or standard operating while intoxicated. We would dismiss the high BAC as a result.
Your Honor, my client and I are in the process of reviewing some video evidence. Yes, at this time, this case was set for another possible, and if the offer be left open until the next court date.
Is that for a second pre-trial? Do July 9th at 10:30. July 9th at 10:30. Mr. McKenna, do you have any questions for the court? You're muted, Mr. McKenna.
I'm sorry, no, I do not.
Additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set, sir. On the record, in the matter of the people, the state of Michigan versus Tamara Rubarski, file numbers 24-01259 and 260, council appearances.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Barsky, who is not present.
Who's on Zoom?
She is.
Rubarski, can you start your video and unmute? Can you hear us, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay, today's the date set for pretrial on two dog unlicensed. How are we proceeding?
Yeah, the people would dismiss both tickets upon proof of valid license and vaccination.
However, frankly, I've not had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Barsky. I don't know if the phone number I have for is working, but she, if I would able to leave a message, I don't have to know that, but
Ma'am, what's your number?
it's 517-862-3334.
just ask Mr. Barsky to make sure her voicemail is working and not full, just in case.
Did you get a missed call from your attorney?
I probably did. I was probably at work when he called.
I'll reset the matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
July 9th. 8:30. July 9th at 8:30. Mr. Brodsky, do you have any questions for the court today?
No, I don't.
Okay, make sure you answer your attorney's phone call or you call him back when you get out of work, okay?
Okay,
You're all set for today.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dale Chastain, file number 24-01233 and 1234. Council appearances.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Shasky.
I coach with two Nollies, Your Honor.
We're actually on citation, so we don't need all.
Okay, great.
Just the people are going to dismiss.
That is correct, Your Honor. The people were provided proof of valid licensing.
Cases are dismissed, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Blackman here?
My notes indicate for Ms. Petrowski that he would be seeking an attorney. Yes. Will be July.
He's on a German how? I'm sorry, send me the email. I don't, remember the girl didn't come to court last time. My note says at least. Says the defendant failed to appear. And he set it for June 25th. So, okay, what was the date? That was done. He has to file a motion if he wants to. Another adjournment. Does she need it? No, this, she's still here. Does she need it?
Lena, if you need another one. Another notice for your trial.
Yes.
She is here on.
That's the problem. I'm looking at that file. I only have one Davies file. Who's the other one? Zoom. Oh, why is she on it twice? Oh, it was a restitution hearing. Okay. It was Zimmer that didn't appear last time. That was what I was looking at. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Diana Zimmer, file number 23-01817. Council appearance.
Elena Cisneros, on behalf of the people.
Where are the attorneys, the public defenders?
Riley says he's done.
Mr. Lee said.
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
I've seen him, I'll go check over the Flores.
I'm sorry, let me be clear, Your Honor. I have Diane Zoomer at 9, but I have no work.
Okay, I reset it as a courtesy last time. I'm gonna have to issue a bench warrant. That's all we have until 10:30, but they're gonna put Seabrook on. Is that what they're gonna do? He's in prison. He has a big violation. He's in person, sir? Oh, both of them. Got it. And Holly?
Yeah.
Is Lee representing them? We can bring them up early. Yeah, Mrs. Cisneros, you want to say something?
Sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. Is the system we use to check if somebody's in custody is down at the moment. Is Mr. Seabrook still in custody? 'Cause
He was yesterday.
Correct. I think he was working on getting released.
Yes, that was
Yesterday?
the idea.
Do you know if he did?
I do not know. I actually just called him to find out.
Yeah, because I didn't give him a bond that would allow him to be released.
Okay.
He has a felony for me. Did I remand him? He has a felony and then he has a. He should be downstairs. I'm gonna have him brought up now.
That would be great.
Can we bring up Seabrook? On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Joshua Isaac Zussman, file number 24-01019, council appearance.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Joshua Isaac Zussman.
Okay, today is a free trial on dog at large. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that he has fixed the surrounding of the property that was in question. We did receive proof of that compliance, and the people will be moving to dismiss.
Motion to dismiss is granted. You're all set, sir.
Thank you. Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
On the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Carrie Seabrook, file numbers 23-03281, 03282, 24-00608, 609, 610, 24-01023, 24-01178, 1179, 1180, 1181, 1182, 1183, 24-01395, 24-01465, 24-0146667, and 24-01395. Council here.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Carrie Seabrook.
Okay, Mr. Seabrook, we have several dog at larges, several dog vaccinations, domestic violence, and a bond violation. Council, how are we proceeding on these?
Your Honor, an offer as it relates to the domestic violence case, which is file number ending in 1395. The people did or are extending an offer, pleading guilty to the charge under 7694A. It's my understanding of our counsel confirmed that at this time they are requesting the matter be set for a final pretrial. And with respect to the multiple dog tickets, Your Honor, the people have indicated to defense that with proof of compliance or proof of surrender of those dogs, the people would dismiss that those cases. And as the court is aware, Mr. Seabrook does have a new felony file that is set with your honor, I believe Friday of this week.
And he was arraigned on the bond violation. Let's see. For violations, because there's multiple allegations that he violated his bond by failing to adhere to section 4D that states that Seabrook could not commit any crimes. Section 4S, Seabrook could not be in contact directly or indirectly with Kelly Hooks. Section 4U, Seabrook could not be within 1,500 feet of Kelly Hooks. So that will be set for a hearing on the date and time of the final trial. July 23rd. I'm sorry? July 23rd at 8 a.m. July 23rd at 8 a.m. August 20th.
July 23rd. Thank you.
July 23rd for the final pretrial and the jury trial, August 20th. Okay, and then Mr. Lee, what are we doing with the dog cases?
Your Honor, Mr. Seabrook was running a business that involved the raising of animals. While he has been incarcerated, his mother has been doing her best to adopt out and or surrender all of the animals that were in their possession. I have asked her to provide us with some proofs. I have not yet received any actual written proofs from her. Mr. Seabrook is looking forward to it. To obtain the writings that we need for the proofs. And so we would ask for a short adjournment, maybe a couple of weeks to allow them to get out and put those proofs together.
to the final pre-trial date. Sorry, to July 23rd. Why did they make the files like this? Why can't they make them all in the same direction?
No, there is one other matter.
Don't ask if there's additional matters after I finish writing notes and all the files.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the additional matter?
Mr. Seabrook does maintenance jobs. One of the jobs he's currently working on is a home where he's installing siding. He wants to return to that job and complete the job. However, he believes it is within the exclusion zone of the painting witness's home, and he wants to ask the court for an exception for work purposes only.
He's doing siding on a home. It's within the 1,500 feet exclusion zone of where this alleged victim lives.
Yes.
The issue. Can you pass me that DB file back? Okay. I need the domestic violence file back. Get back to his TV file.
Sorry.
I'm waiting for his TV file. The first file I passed you. So, here's the final pre-trial. There's also a fax in this file. Did you all get a copy of it? It's from purported to be from Kelly Hook. You get a copy?
Your Honor, my office has received a number of correspondence from Ms. Hooks. Does that have a date on it?
I emailed it to the page.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Yes, I'm
June
sure we have
10th
it.
on this one.
The people are aware of her,
Okay,
of her
fine.
position.
Okay. What's the address of? Where he has this job that he's working on?
304 Hill.
Excuse me?
304 Hill.
Helm? Hill?
Right across the street from Arts Bar. Doing the transmission.
Okay, and who owns that building that you're doing this work on? What are the hours that you would be working there? Every day?
Yeah. I also am also seconding the drywall on the inside of the building. And that's not lining up for me as well. I'm also sent to my neighbor's house, the house is down from me. I'm sent to the-
Okay, so how close is this to the address where the, okay, so this 305, 304 Hill is across the street from where Ms. Hooks lives?
That's what- that's what lives on the place, which is not even a block and a half away from our right over to Pennsylvania.
So her house is about a block and a half away from where you live.
As I will finish with that, I have my neighbor's house. Who lives down.
That's 0.3 miles away. Allow you to be within that zone between the hours of 8 and 5, Monday through Friday for purposes of work. Still doesn't allow you to be at the 829 Euclid Place, okay? Any additional matters?
Nothing from the people.
Nothing for the defense, thank you.
Is the, I'm sorry, I guess I do have an additional, or just
No, you're
clarification.
fine.
With respect to, I understand the court is allowing him tether release. Is there a monetary bond in addition to that, or is it simply tether?
This bond is 5,000, 10%.
Thank you.
With GPS tether. Excuse me?
I thought I already paid my bond.
I don't know if you paid your bond or not. I just know your bond is 5,010% with GPS tagging.
I was under the impression I had paid my bond on Friday. I was ready for the penalty.
You may have paid it on Friday, I don't know. This is not a new bond. This was a bond that was set by Magistrate Milmore back on June 7th, which is when you were arraigned on the bond violation. That's the same bond. So I wasn't setting a new bond. So if you paid it, then you paid it. Any additional matters?
For the people.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're all set. And Holly Terrence. Holly Terrence. Or Terrence Holly, that is. Okay, what happened to the 10 o'clock people? The 10 o'clock came?
Rain.
Elijah Wan is here. Elijah Wan Granberry. Does he have an attorney? Your office representing Mr. Granberry?
Mr. Raleigh is on that file, I believe.
Have any appearances for anything Mr. Raleigh is on? Not a single. Yeah, like not a single one of these that he was on had an appearance. I don't know why.
May I ask a clarifying case question with respect to Mr. Holly?
Yes.
He does have a new file, however, it appears, and maybe I'm wrong, that his new file, his new felony file is assigned to Judge Flores. And not Your Honor.
That was confusing.
I was confused by that.
I don't know what that's all about. We'll look up and find out why. Mr. Raleigh, for some reason, all the files you're on, we don't have appearances on.
Really?
Yeah, you're just giving us the name of the officer.
I will certainly look into that. It's gonna be there.
We're gonna have, you're representing Granberry. You ready to proceed on Granberry?
Yes.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Elijah Wan Granberry and file number 24-01554. Mr. Granberry, I can't see you.
Yeah, I'm.
And I don't-
going- I'm
And I don't
going
wanna,
to.
I don't wanna walk around your house with you.
No, I was going to go turn on my light right now because I noticed that it was kind of dark.
Okay, great. I'm trying to understand. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you see me clearly now?
I can see you, sir. Today's the date and time set for a pre-trial. And this is for a police officer assault and assault and battery. Was there an offer on this?
There is an offer, Your Honor. The offer that's been extended is for the defendant to plead guilty or no contest, with the reason being for lack of memory due to intoxication. So to plead guilty or no contest to either count 1 or count 2, the people would dismiss the remaining count in exchange. And Mr. Granberry is not eligible for HIDA due to his age.
Council, how does your client want to proceed?
Your Honor, frankly, I've not been able to discuss this with Mr. Granberry yet. I would just ask him to check his messages, and I, at this time, would ask that this be reset and that the offer be remain open until the next court date, at least, so that we can discuss it.
Thank you. Mr. Granberry, did you get a phone call from your attorney?
No, I didn't receive any phone calls.
What's your phone number?
517-249-8082.
That's the number we have.
It's the number I have as well.
You left your voicemail.
I can check my voicemail. I haven't had any voicemails pop up though, but it could be, this is a government phone, so it could be some kind of technical difficulties going on with it.
Sounds good. We'll set this for another pretrial in person at the court. July 9th at 10. July 9th at 10 a.m. in person at the court, okay?
I also had a question.
Yes.
I was wondering because I was pursuing my GED before these charges came about, and my GED program is in a restricted area that I can't go. So I was wondering, is there any kind of way we can put something in motion to where I can get to my GED program to continue getting my GED?
Okay, where are you pursuing your GED? You're muted. You muted yourself, sir.
Oh, for some reason my mic got muted and I couldn't hear
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you either. Where do you take your GED courses?
1 second. It's somewhere on the north side. I'm about to look up the address right now. It is 1028 East Saginaw Street. The papers that I got of the restricted area is kind of like you can't really pinpoint what streets you.
I don't know why you keep getting muted.
I got muted again. I keep getting a restricted.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And what days do you go for your? What days do you go for your GED courses?
Sorry. I don't even know if guys could have heard the address I said. It's 1028 East Saginaw Street.
Yep, I got it. What days do you need to be at that address and what times?
I don't have an exact time. It's usually I just study my materials and I go in when I'm ready to do the test. But I usually like to go in on Thursdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Is there a certain time?
Probably no. There's not a certain time, but I usually will go around between like 1 and 4 o'clock because I catch the bus. I don't have transportation.
Okay, I'm going to allow that you can have an increased exclusion zone to be at 1028 East Saginaw on Wednesdays and Thursdays between the hours of 12 and 5, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, one last question. How long do you think that I will have to be on tether? The victim in the case, like we barely even know each other. We're never going to speak to each other ever again.
I'm gonna advise you not to comment on the case at this time. We can talk about that privately.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to know how long I would have to be on tether for. 'Cause I'm on, yeah.
We can talk about that, just you and me.
Yeah, if you can talk about that with your attorney, you all have not had an opportunity to talk. And if your attorney believes that a motion to amend your bond is necessary, he'll make that motion, okay?
Okay.
All right, any additional matters for the record today?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then we didn't see Deshaun Johnson. Wait, why is it a jail tag on there? Is he not in jail anymore? It should have been. Oh, okay. Did we figure out what's going on, Carly?
Oh, the felony, we didn't have any more slots.
Oh, we can add a slot. I'll just have him transfer it then. What's the case number?
(24-01793).
A big Shorty Johnson. We've heard from Troy Nance.
Your Honor, but don't believe I had contact with Nance.
Should reach more emails. I saw Mr. Johnson. I don't know where he went. Did you see him as well? Yeah. Marion Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, I got some more Carrie's. See what, that I didn't put a note in.
No problem. That's all. I think they're working on bringing him up.
That's great.
One over, not the new one, not the same.
Yes, I would ask.
Well, he only has one new one. The related felony, I believe, already in circuit court, but maybe not. Let me double check.
I see two that are both.
Okay, I know mine is super slow too. Maybe right, actually, now that I think Jefferson just gonna have to transfer here. Patty, it looks like Mr. Holly has two.
Yes, two.
I'm sorry?
I said he has two.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
1841 and 1793 that both appear to be with Judge Wilkins.
Okay.
For a prelim of 7.5. One. Totally unrelated. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Or we maybe she already knows that. Which would be 1793. For the violation of the, yeah. So it would make sense from all that way.
But still, technically, I haven't seen anything about a violation. I'm just saying that technically there could be shoot violation. Actually, it's for the police. You also have that on our robbery. Still accepted. Both of those felonies are separate. Exam on the same day. I'm sure you have your probable cause conference on the 20th. The fifth is the actual contest. So you're obviously gonna try to bring in the so that's what we really see. Again, I'm representing you, so I don't want to tell you what the plan, but that's not one. Your option. You don't have your actual. You're pleading not guilty, but you have bond, well, you have $50,000 bond on the one. Unlikely to get a bond. They also apparently have a whole lot of cars.
She walk out.
She's an admin.
Oh, an admin. Okay, I'll go see her. If I can't find her chambers office, it'd probably be about like 25-ish minutes. Yeah, it looks like break the blue or something.
There's a gap and then we have the two I talked to the people.
No, you can.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you.
The violation is for being unarmed robbery. Got the unarmed robbery. Probably get the bond. Oh, yeah, here, open. arbitration case. It must be taken. Usually happens.
I don't know how that will work though. I think the PCC is this.
28.
Oh no, it's covering the page.
I did talk to her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably just gonna zoom into that.
Marquis said we can leave the fifth block because they're gonna have to wait the 21 days anyways. You can be seated. Let's see. The State of Michigan versus Terrence Hawley, file number 24-01357. Council appearance.
Elena Cisneros on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Holly.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial. A bond violation. Or domestic violence. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant, an offer has not been extended as it relates to the domestic violence file ending in 1357 SM. The people have not extended an offer yet because the people are proposing that that file be wrapped into the defendant's existing felony files, one of which does include the same victim as this misdemeanor case. And that file that does have the same victim is his felony file that is 24-01793 FY. Since that case, Your Honor, the defendant has also been picked up and arrested on new charges, which are related to file 24-01841 FY. Both of those felony files, and I'm sorry to add, the file that ends in 1841 FY is not, it does have a victim named, but that is not the victim, not the same victim as the domestic, and is totally unrelated. Both of those files are set for preliminary exam on July 5th with Judge Flores. The defendant is also on felony probation or bond with Judge Dragonchuck in the circuit court. So all of that is to say that the people do not have an offer on the misdemeanor right now, but would include that as a part of a package offer.
Okay. I did take some time to see about getting the felony files that were recently issued 24-01841 and 24-01793 transferred. However, because it's the same week of the probable cause conference, I was informed that the prosecutor and public defenders in Flores will need to make a motion on the record to have it transferred, and then they can transfer it and waive the 21-day timeline for the July 5th date. So I will also make sure that Judge Flores's staff is made aware of that, and Mr. Snails, if you can let the prosecutor who handles his courtroom know that they need to make that motion.
Yes, I will.
We will get that taken care of, and then we want these all reset for some level of global resolution.
Yes, Your Honor, and Mr. Raleigh and I did briefly discuss something that we believe would make the most sense if the court was willing to accommodate that. I believe that it would make sense for the misdemeanor domestic violence case to be set for a final pretrial on the same date as his felony matters when they get here, simply because our office will subpoena that same victim for both felony and misdemeanor cases.
Your Honor, I do also want to note that there is a bond violation on this misdemeanor file. The alleged violation is for committing a new crime while on bond, and that new crime is related to the new felony file, which itself has a completely different victim from the domestic violence case. So it makes sense to have all those on the same day.
We're gonna have to set this file for a review on this week, Friday, which is the date of the probable cause conferences on the felonies. And then once they transfer it, we can reset these all to a new date. The review this week, June 28th. Okay. That's an internal review. And then we'll email you all the dates. Any additional matters on this file today?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set. Smith here, Marion Smith. Have you had contact with him?
Oh, Your Honor, I'm not.
But I do, for what it's worth, I do have an officer here as it relates to the contempt. So,
Oh, okay, yeah. No. What's that building?
Not yet.
No, no, still here.
Okay, I'll issue a report.
Thank you.
Have a good one.